The future developments is fully in the hand of Ankara, of Erdogan.
EPP Group Chairman Manfred Weber as the European Parliament debated Turkey. A bitterly disputed referendum narrowly granted President Recep Erdogan sweeping new powers. Since an attempted coup last year, Erdogan's government has jailed and/or fired tens of thousands of opponents. The referendum further consolidates Erdogan's power with 18 constitutional amendments that allow him to dismiss parliament, appoint senior judges and the cabinet, and rule by decree. That has prompted calls to halt EU membership talks with Turkey. EU Commissioner for Enlargement Johannes Hahn had this to say.
Once the constitutional changes are fully implemented, Turkey will move even further away from the European standards, especially with regard to the separation of powers and the independence of the judiciary.
Mr. Weber says the door with Turkey can stay open, but it's up to Mr. Erdogan.
Our position is clear. We want to have partnership. We want to have a partnership approach where we solve concrete problems, like in the refugee agreement. That is our idea. So the door is open, but we need a friend on the other hand, on the other side, who wants to step inside of the room through the door, and that's not the case. Erdogan closed the door in the last weeks, and that is a negative development.
In a debate on Hungary, MEPs sparred over actions by Prime Minister Viktor Orban, criticized by the European Commission. Orban, whose party Fidesz is part of the EPP group, has taken heat for cracking down on the media and foreign-backed NGOs. He faces EU legal action for enacting a law that could shut down a U.S.-based university that promotes liberal democratic values. He also faces pressure for rejecting EU policy on taking in asylum seekers to alleviate Europe's refugee crisis. Orban defended his actions as legitimate and said he is willing to engage in dialogue with the EU 28 to resolve any issues. Speaking for the European Commission, First Vice President Franz Timmermans welcomed the Parliament's debate and Mr. Orban's willingness to engage. But he also criticized several of Orban's policies and announced new action by the College of Commissioners regarding Hungary's new education law affecting the Central European University.
The Commission's analysis of the law confirmed our concerns with regard to its compatibility with internal market freedoms and the Charter of Fundamental Rights. The College has therefore decided today to launch infringement proceedings against Hungary by sending a letter of formal notice, and we await a reaction from the Hungarian authorities within a month.
Mr. Weber said he welcomed Mr. Orban's appearance before the European Parliament and that Hungary must follow the European Commission's recommendations to resolve the disputes.
Viktor Orban ist den Debatten nie aus dem Weg gegangen und er hat immer geliefert. Die Abweichungen wurden immer abgestellt, die die Kommission von ihm erbeten hat. Als wir allerdings über Rumänien diskutiert haben, die dortigen Korruptionsgesetze, war kein rumänischer sozialistischer Premierminister hier anwesend.
In the debates on Turkey and Hungary, the crux of the matter is European values regarding civil and social rights. The debates here show the difficulty in getting some EU members and partners to respect and uphold those values. MEPs say it is a task that must never be abandoned. Find out more about the activities of the largest political force in Parliament by checking eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.